it is indeed a dream come true. We thank the Almighty God for making this dream become a reality, and we appreciate the effort of all those who supported us to achieve this great feat. This was an idea that was conceived a few years ago, an idea about a new and novel agricultural integrated structure, which begins from farm, including value chain addition, and extend to the market and export. Newpal is positioned to be a catalyst for economic growth to food and agricultural business in Nasarawa State, Nigeria, and world at large. I am pleased to inform this August gathering that a lot has gone into this project in terms of time and other resources. It is against this backdrop that I would like to recognize and acknowledge the support and contribution of the following critical stakeholders: His Royal Highness Alhaji Dr. Shehu Usman Chindo Yamusa, government ministries and related agencies, international communities leaders, our partners, Alvan Blanche, presence here, Nigerian Export Processing Zone Authority. It is important to also reiterate that the goal of Newpal as a corporate entity is in perfect alignment with the vision of APC-led government of Engineer Abdullahi A. Sule, one of which is to provide food security for all Nigerians, create employment for our teeming youth, increase farmers' income, and more importantly, to curtail post-harvest loss, which has been the bane of our agricultural production in the country. Statistics shows that Nigeria loses over 40% of its farm produce due to poor storage, infrastructure, and value addition. Let me use this medium to convey the preparedness of Newpal management to partner with both Nasarawa State and federal government to turn around the fortune of the state. Let me also use this opportunity to commend the effort of the federal government in its quest to diversify the economy through agriculture. The CBN Anchor Growers Program initiative has actually assisted many farmers to produce millions metric tons of grains, among other commodities, such that Nigeria may soon become self-sufficient in food production. It is recent pronouncement to also intervene in the oil, palm, and cotton value chain is equally commendable. These are clear signals that the present government is irrevocably committed to revamping agricultural sector of the economy. Despite this model achievement, ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria still has a long way to go in meeting its food and nutritional requirements. This is because the agricultural sector bedeviled with numerous challenges, namely inconsistency in government policies, high interstate interest rates, poor rural infrastructure, poor mechanization support, lack of extension service provider, low productivity, multiple taxation, inaccessibility to genuine farm input, to mention a few. These challenges notwithstanding, Newpal management sees a ray of hope in this oil sector because Nigeria has a total of 81 million hectares of arable, several cubic meters of water, and 200 million people to feed daily. The sky is indeed the limit to the farmers in the country. We don't really have to reinvent the wheel. All that the government needs to do is to reposition the sector by creating favorable policy environments, enabling physical infrastructure, single-digit interest rates, guarantee minimum price, commodity board, mechanization support to research institutes, easy access to farm input, etc. The rate at which the population is growing, the government must not allow the country demographic advantage to become a demographic disaster. It behoves the government of the day, therefore, to articulate policies and programs in collaboration with the private sector to transform the Nigerian agricultural value chain. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this address would not be complete if I don't personally acknowledge the support of our royal father for his fatherly advice and counseling in making this dream come true. Same goes to other friends and well-wishers. For the mining sector, we will replicate what we have done for agricultural commodity to improve overall yield from minerals resources that are found within Nasarawa and its environs. It has been our candid observation that the area around our factory is quickly becoming converted for industrial use by individual companies. We would love to plead with His Excellency to kindly convert and gazette the land around this facility for industrial warehousing purpose. This would act as catalyst to cluster industries and also make it easier for the government of Nasarawa State and its development partner to provide unique infrastructure such as road, power line, transformers, waste and slurry management, transport parks, and other services. This would serve to make Keffi the industrial hub of Nasarawa and central Nigeria. The creation of an enabling environment for industries and factories to strive will do amongst the following for Nasarawa State: add value to agricultural and solid mineral commodities, create sustainable jobs that pays income tax, create state capacity to collect tax and levies due to the state under the concurrent and inclusive list, increase Nasarawa contribution to federal taxes and royalties, drive the process of inclusive economic growth and development. Your Excellency, sir, if I may further reiterate that an industry hub built on the processing of our commodity would deepen both intra and interstate trade for Nasarawa State, attract needed investment, and make us use our commodity more efficiently. We can use this to be a manufacturing hub for the food industry sectors and exports. I also foresee us using this as a springboard to manufacture for the fourth industrial revolution: transistors, capacitors, batteries, components, cycled optics. Long live Nasarawa State. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much, sir.
And especially Master, who made things possible, and for granting us the grace to be part of this unique occasion. I feel highly privileged and honored receiving very special guests of honor this moment, especially the presence of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, Engineer Abdullahi Esule, for personally gracing this occasion and his presence in Nasarawa State. Your Excellency, I wish to also appeal to you at this justifiable moment to grant a fair democratic atmosphere to all the traditional rulers in the state the latitude to be engaged in meaningful public partnership with reasonable individuals and certified organizations, locally and international, in exploring investment opportunities that will add value to our communities and nation administration, especially on decent job creation, increased household income, sparkling new level of industrial hubs and trade environment, especially that Keffi is a gateway to national capital. Distinguished Amiable Governor of Nasarawa State, kindly permit me the audacity to commend the Newpal Company Limited for magnanimous being constructive, which cost-benefit analysis of their initiatives could be beneficial not only to the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, work plan on food production, but also wish that you articulate speedy legal framework for the establishment of cottage industries in 3 geopolitical constituencies in the state that will process and preserve all agricultural produce as to prevent wastage. By this singular gesture, I pledge on behalf of all communities in Nasarawa State to support these constructive initiatives, and I bet you more foreign investors will be crazy to have Nasarawa State as their home of industry. On the matter of repositioning the educational sector in the state, Keffi Emirate applaud you foresight for declaring the state of emergency on education in Nasarawa State. Your decision could be aligned with George Santayana. Education is not only the passport to future advancement of knowledge, but it will help in character development in our marching forward to the end of this 21st century. Indeed, the decision is timely and very obvious that we are living on past glory. The poor performance of our students in both internal and external examination is quite worrisome. Your Excellency, sir, let me acquaint you with some of the effort made so far since accession on throne as to emulate my late father in making Keffi more greater than I made. It is on record that I have always been in the forefront, spreading peace and tranquility among the various ethnic and religious communities in Keffi, protecting and defending my people from any kind of operation and molestation, preservation of cultural and traditional value, modernization of Keffi Emir's Palace, provision of infrastructural development through effective contact and connection, settling occupational and communal conflict, care of the orphans, granting petty scholarship, and enhancing of private and public sector participation. I am confident that the projects you are commissioning today will justify my commitment and contribution to prepare Keffi to a greater height. Also, on the matter of providing soil fertility and attracting more foreign cottage industries in the state, the collective voice of Keffians are calling on the state government to establish a state agricultural research institute in collaboration with the Faculty of Agriculture, Nasarawa State University, Keffi, and related to conduct relevant research on the impact of organic fertilizer for the purpose of increased crop production. It is no longer fallacy that the chemical fertilizer has posed serious implications to farmland, soil nutrient and fertility, which preservation and reservation of farm produce is for a short while. Your Excellency, Keffi Emirate feel attracted to you for striving the state to global recognition. Therefore, we are sacrificing our sovereignty to you for the growth and development of Keffi and Nasarawa State in general. We shall be happy if you make Keffi the reservoir of industry in the state. It is evident that Keffi has a geographical advantage to the federal capital city. Keffi believes in Allah, and Allah shall reward you for making Keffi more greater than you made. However, we want to crave your indulgence to see our effort of partnership with Newpal Nig Ltd as our personified productive contribution towards alleviating poverty in the form of providing employment opportunities and adding credence to the internal generated revenue, relevance of the state, and the welfare and well-being of the Keffi people and beyond. Your Excellency, before I conclude, I would like to appreciate you and what you have did to me about 10 years ago when I approached you in your office in Apapa, when I was trying to be the sole distributor of Dangote cement in Zambia. But unfortunately, when I flew from Malaysia, I was very late to put my application. Thank you for that. I still appreciate that. In conclusion, In conclusion, Keffi Emirate plead with you as a selfless, humble, and people-oriented leader and beacon of hope, not to relent in repositioning of all the sector as a way of constructing or rebate to Nasarawa State, a safe haven. In this respect, Keffi is asking for fertilizer plant and agricultural research institute as well. Good network roads in Keffi Municipal. To Newpal Nigeria Limited and the countries that are involved in Keffi people, we remain appreciative and supportive to your noble cause. We need more of your contribution, both in skills and ideas, to make Keffi an attracting city. Remember, history is a mirror, and we shall never forget your contribution, inshallah. Finally, may Allah bless all of us and grant us journey masses back to our various destinations.
State Engineer Abdullahi Aisule, Your Excellency, you may present your remarks. Your Excellency.
Of this wonderful automated processing warehouse constructed right here in Keffi by Newpal Nigeria Ltd. Let me, on behalf of the government and people of Nasarawa State, warmly welcome other stakeholders to this all-important event. I commend you, Newpal Nigeria Ltd, for initiating this laudable project, which you clearly mentioned has gone totally in line with the vision of not only the APC at the federal level, but also APC REA, and also in line with the vision of our traditional ruler and the people of Keffi, aim at adding value to agricultural processing and warehousing. I'm informed that this industrial outfit, with an output capacity of 20 tons per hour, was constructed by a private initiative and consists of a production facility, state-of-the-art laboratory, and other business units. I have no doubt that with these kind of high-class processing and production facilities, this outfield would add value to the agricultural food supply that will be here, right here, and meeting international quality standards. I note with appreciation that aside processing, Newpal Nigeria Ltd is also engaged in exportation of agricultural products such as cashew nuts, sesame seeds, and other associated products to other parts of the world. The benefits that Nasarawa State will continue to drive in investment in terms of employment generation and improvement in the living condition of the people within these geographical zones are enormous. You are aware that our state is endowed with enormous agricultural potentials, consisting the abundance of both natural and human resources and availability of land for agricultural production. The state is blessed with over 2.7 million hectares of land, which over 1 million are actually arable in nature and suitable for cultivation of varieties of crops for both domestic consumption and export. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is pertinent to reiterate that this administration will continue to encourage private investment and partnership towards accelerating agricultural development and industrialization of this state. This has become necessary now more than ever in view of the dwindling revenue accrual from the Federation accounts, which call for concerted efforts to diversify our sources of revenue and synergize with the private partners to drive the industrial development of the Nasarawa State. Accordingly, this administration is committed to entering into partnerships with private development partners like you in this state. And I pray that this will not be the only investment you will make in Nasarawa state. After Keffi, you will come to Goody Station to invest and whatnot. This is anchored on our belief that investors play a significant role in stimulating the economy. It is for this reason that the state government entered into partnership with mega companies such as the Olam Farms, which today has become one of the major producers of rice in West African region. Today, not less than 2,000 youths around Doma area are directly employed by Olam in their various farms. In the same vein, Nasarawa State has also entered into another tripartite agreement with the Dangote Group, which currently is developing a comprehensive sugar plantation in Away local government area of the state. Efforts are also being intensified by another investor in rice production around the riverine areas of Toto and Nasarawa local government areas. These endeavors have the potentials to employ over 30,000 youths, thereby adding value to our socio-economic activities. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me call on more investors to come and invest in our various aspects of the economy of our state. On our part, government will continue to guarantee necessary security to secure the investment of willing investors. As you are aware, the presence of Army barracks in Doma, Air Force Base in Lafia, very soon, Police College also in Lafia, very soon, another mobile training center in Nasarawa, Igon, and additional police squadron in Akonza, together with the operation of the Wild Stroke in Giza, Loco, and Away areas will continue to strengthen our security challenges in this state. Before concluding this address, let me reiterate the resolve of this administration to ensure the takeoff of the incubation center in Lafia. In this regard, efforts have been concluded by government to provide necessary access, electricity, and other facilities. It is my belief that the center will serve as the needed vehicle for the incubation of small-scale industries and hatching them into large-scale industries through facilitation of soft loans from Bank of Industries and grants from the federal government agencies. It is expected that our efforts in this direction will create wealth, generate employment, and enhance the growth of development in Nasarawa State. So while we train the technicians in Lafia, we will employ them in Keffi industries. At this juncture, let me once again commend you, Newpal, for sighting of this 1 billion naira industry in our state. I look forward to more partnerships with so many other collaborators in order to determine our economic direction in this state. Keffi is indeed fertile for industrialization. Let me also clearly send the message that I am still part of Dangote, so the dealership of that cement is still available for you, Your Royal Highness. On this note, it is my pleasure to go ahead and commission this automated Newpal Nig Ltd warehouse right here in Keffi, and may God continue to bless us. Thank you very much.
Hey, watch. Don't go too far. This commissioning ceremony